Actually, see the two flanges sticking out? That's the bottom of the cap. So they're still trying to make a seal, but keep in mind, they have not turned the suctions on. So we're going to be able to tell when they turn the suctions on what kind of job that this thing is doing. Let me take some more calls as we're watching this. We're going to stay with this, folks. I'm not going anywhere until I know if this thing is working or not. And let's pray. Let's all pray that this thing works, because a whole state is depending on this thing working. HTV, you're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hi.
How you doing
Hi, Martin.
How you doing tonight?
You say the president's coming down, and
Yeah.
we don't know where he's coming. Well,
Yeah.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Tomorrow, I know there's so many people here in this area that's out of work. Why don't every person, every child that's out of work, line up all along the bayou and say, we are crying for help? You think they might hear us then?
Well, and I said that in my earlier show. I wish he would let us know where he was going so we don't line up on the wrong bayou. But I just wish he had
people out of work that can line up all of them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we don't know where he's going yet because he hasn't told us.
So is he going to Florida?
No, he's coming to Louisiana, but we don't know if he's going to Plaquemines, Grand Isle, Fourchon, Terrebonne. We don't know where he's going, and that's what I was saying earlier. I wish he would just have the guts to tell us where he's going so that we can form a line and show him that we're pretty doggone solid in our belief about what's going on down here.
Okay, well, I'm just going to make the public laugh. I know you can sing, so you're going to lead us, and you're going to sing. We're going to be out there. We're all going to sing with you. Okay, thank you, Martin. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. HTV, you're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you, Martin.
How do you think? What you think we're looking at? It's pretty historic try here.
Well, Martin, just talking to common sense, you ever look at a pressure cooker when your mom was cooking with the little thing at the top that rattles back and forth and lets the steam pressure off?
That's a valve.
Well, I imagine that lid is kind of bobbling around from that pressure.
Yeah.
And that's what you're seeing. It's coming out from underneath it. And you mentioned that they haven't turned the suction on.
Right.
Now, when they pull that suction down, now I don't know what the pressure differential is and how much they can suck, because they're going from a big pipe to a small pipe.
Right.
But I imagine when they put a suction on there, that it's going to reduce some of it. But I think that cap is actually under the pressure, lifting up and kind of probably bouncing around like the little regulator on a pressure cooker.
That's a good shot of it right here. You see it sort of coming up from the bottom?
Yes, sir.
It's coming up from the bottom, which I imagine at one point they're trying to time it to where they put the suction on and sort of open the valve at the top, and then maybe try to pull it down a little more, wouldn't you think?
Yeah. I'm not familiar with it, how it's wired, or what valve they have on the top. Now, if you notice, before they put that on there, there's 4 legs on the bottom. There's a solid circumferential section, and it looked like there were 4 windows around on the top of that.
Right.
Okay? So I think to put that down, they had those 4 vents so that they could get that centered over the that flange, and then lower it down to where the pipe goes up in the rubber. Now, as the oil passes through that rubber, it's going to go out of those 4 circumferential slots. And if you have extra pressure, it would escape through the bottom. And that's just my common sense understanding of it.
Okay, I do have a couple of oil field hands, I think, on line 1 and 2, but I appreciate your comments, and I'm going to try to bring a couple of them on. Thank you so much.
Okay, you have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Jay, is that factual what I'm saying on line 1 and 2?